My name is Emilie McGlone, and I work as a director of Peaceboat US. We're an international organization traveling the world to promote the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and we are also working to promote also a sustainable and inclusive blue economy. So I'm going to be talking just a little bit about that in 2 minutes, about the blue economy. So we all heard just already a few of our speakers mentioning more about what the blue economy is, but just to give a couple facts and figures. We all know that the ocean provides a critical ecosystem for our planet. And we are really seeing the ocean contribute in 4 major categories here. So economic contribution of the ocean, more than 2.5 trillion direct contribution to the global economy. We think about the material contribution, which we heard earlier, how food is such an important part as well. 3.2 billion people rely on the food from the sea. Regulating the environment, absorbing heat, health and well-being. And then it also offers a regenerative solution to all of these issues that we're facing, which could be food insecurity, climate emergency that we all are here for at Climate Week right now, the biodiversity crisis as well. And so the ocean is a big lifeline to our planet. Enter the blue economy. So think about the blue economy as a powerful partnership for our oceans. It's about driving economic growth and creating jobs, using the ocean resources sustainably, as we mentioned, from fisheries to renewable energy. And when we talk about renewable, I would also like to highlight solar, wind, wave technology. Nuclear does not fit into renewable energy. I want to clarify that also at Climate Week. That's been an interesting topic here. And protecting the health and biodiversity of marine ecosystems. The blue economy is also equivalent to the size of the 8th largest economy. If you look here, we have the US, China, Germany, Japan, right? And then you see 8th there, the blue economy. We at Peaceboat, we're sailing on the open ocean, and we have a 2,000 person capacity ship. And I am positive that the blue economy is going to be growing. It says here as well, the global ocean is producing 50% of the Earth's available oxygen, and providing already 3.2 billion people globally with economic opportunities. That is going to grow in the marine sector. And then think about the true value of sustainable ocean economy. It's like an iceberg you can see here in the photo, right? We're just seeing the tip right now. This is going to double or triple in the next few years, reaching more than 31 million jobs that we have now in the ocean economy might be 60 or 70 million jobs. So the tech industries, there's so many amazing tech partners here today. It's going to be growing as well, creating more than 12 million new jobs in the ocean industry. So the blue economy is growing so fast, and we're just so grateful to be a big part of that. And I think that everyone that's here today is also growing and learning together as a community, and I hope that we can also increase this effort as we work together for maritime and for all of the sustainability and the practices that you all include. So blue economy, I'm really excited. We have this blue economy showcase happening here today. Thank you to Michelle and all of the team for including us. And yeah, I would love to then, pass it over to our partners. We're going to be introducing the Blue Startups. So excited to hear what everybody has to share. That's a short 2-minute Blue Economy showcase. So thank you so much. I'll go to the next one. Okay, so the Blue Economy Startups. We're going into here. Okay, do you want me to introduce Tomtex as well? Okay, great. So bringing up the Blue Economy Showcase. Should we go ahead and bring up the partners? All right, we got Ross McBee. He's gonna come on up? Okay, great. Ross, yeah, he'll take it over. Perfect. Thank you so much. Everybody give Ross a round of applause. Now leave with the clicker.
Clicker? All right, let's see. Well, I don't want to click it first. Hello, everyone. My name is Ross. I'm a co-founder and science guy at Tomtex. At Tomtex, we are interested in making the next generation of biomaterials for fashion and beyond. This is really driven, see if my slides, there we go. This is really driven, I think, by for me at least, by a kind of a nightmare scenario where the world gets its shit together when it comes to atmospheric carbon, and then the planet drowns in plastic because there's a whole lot of oil and nowhere to put it, and we haven't really figured out how to break the fundamental addiction, which is to petrochemical carbon fundamentally, rather than just energy. I mean, looking around this room, what fraction of the volume in this space is ultimately made of oil? Conservatively half, probably closer to about 80%. That's a really, really hard nut to crack, arguably much harder than energy. If you're thinking about that problem, there's a few North Stars that fall reasonably coherently from that. The first is that things should come from nature and be made the same way that nature makes materials. This is pretty different from how we do things. The second is that these things should be biodegradable. They should be able to return to nature. And the last thing is the hardest one. They should be 100% bio-based, so not an atom of carbon from below the ground. We are starting on this problem with a bugged image, with a material that is designed to replace synthetic leather or natural leather, both of which are problematic for a variety of different reasons, and eventually other textiles as well. We do this using a variety of different naturally occurring polymers, so materials that already exist in nature, and we bring these together with existing at-scale manufacturing processes, actually the same machines that are used to make synthetic leather, to make a fully bio-based and biodegradable performant material that is at cost, or in some cases actually cheaper than natural leathers, for basically anywhere you would use a leather, so fashion, interiors, automotive, things like that. And I'll leave maybe with kind of a note about where we hope this goes. We see leather as a starting point, not a finishing line. One of the things we've done is we've made things like that lizard bag in the center there that obviously looks nothing like leather, because we really think it's important to provide a vision of the material future, of material reality that is about something more than alternatives to what people sort of actually like, which is often the way sustainable materials are framed now. What that looks like in practice is something like this. Balsa wood has probably twice the specific strength of aircraft-grade aluminum, and it's made of sugar and light. So clearly nature has figured out how to do something we can't really do yet. How do we solve that problem? How do we crack that nut? And how do we bring that to a public that I think is really hungry for something that they can actually believe in and touch and feel? And that's probably it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do you want to grab the mic? Next, we have Constantin Marakhov with Kidemis, and their work centers on aquaculture, which Romain also talked about in his talk.
Which one is this one?
Yeah.
So, hello everybody, my name is Constantin. I'm CEO and co-founder of Kidemis. It's a Swiss company which is focusing on sustainable aquaculture. And let's speak about fish. And actually, I would like to continue the story which Roman Sierlet presented to you, basically growing fish in the farms. But let's first look at the big problem. So what happens now with the ocean because of global warming and climate change? Fish is actually growing smaller and longer. And if you add on top of this overfishing, it actually means that probably in several years we'll be run out of wild fish or wild catch fish. And the logical solution out of this is developing farmed fish, aquaculture, but then we have a catch, because fish in the farms actually eats another fish. The numbers are to grow one fish in the farm, you probably destroy 2 or 3 fishes in the ocean. And until this is resolved, it's very difficult to make fish sustainable. And this is what we actually do. We produce a product which is called composite mycelium, which is basically fungi-based, and which is able to replace this fish meal in a very natural way. Of course, there are other alternatives like insects, seaweed, microalgae, but so far mycelium looks like the most scalable and the most economically viable ingredient. And in addition to being a very nutritive source, it also has health benefits for fish. We have a lot of in vivo testing with our products, and we really see increase in fish immune system, health, and also growth rate. We have a lot of validation. We have secured pretty good industrial partners like Cargill, Mars, Biomar, and others. So if you would like to know more, you could look at our website or you could drop me an email at mc@kidemis.com.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let me just give this a quick refresh here. And all right, now I'd like to invite Will Pearson, co-founder of Ocean Bottle.
Awesome, thank you so much. Yeah, absolute pleasure to be here, everyone. My name is Will, I'm the co-founder of Ocean Bottle. So we've developed what we call the world's most needed reusable bottle. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide whether you agree with that. At our company, we really believe that every product should be a vehicle for positive impact. And so that's why we decided to design the ocean bottle to do much more than just hold water. For every single bottle that we sell, we fund collection of 25 pounds of plastic, which is equivalent to 1,000 plastic bottles in weight. We do that by investing in plastic collection projects in coastal communities all around the world, setting up collection points, investing in much needed waste management infrastructure, and also providing access to social impact programs from healthcare, financial literacy to education. To date, we've funded a collection of almost 50 million pounds of plastic, which is equivalent to 2 billion plastic bottles in weight. It's a decent chunk as a startup. The reality is this really is a drop in the ocean in terms of the scale of the challenge that we're facing, and really the onslaught of plastic pollution. So our hope is to really scale this up over the years ahead, as we also hope for much tighter regulation around plastic production, and hopefully people like Juan can come through and solve that all for us. I think I could generally say Juan for president of the world. I'd probably quite like to see that. Woo! And yeah, so we're kind of busy scaling that up. We knew though that when we started, it wouldn't be enough to just have a product that led with sustainability alone. For us as a consumer-facing impact brand, we knew that we had to have a product that looked great, but also was great. So I spent a year and a half designing the original ocean bottle. I think we've got some later here for the raffle in Oslo, Norway. And I'm pleased to say people from all over the world really love them and use them every single day. We've also fitted every single ocean bottle since the beginning with an NFC chip, which actually allows you to tap the bottle with your device, register it, track your refills, and fund more plastic collection for free with every single refill. We're really excited to build this out, more features, and really sort of build out this community platform. That's all from me. I think the marketing team might have put this slide together. It's quite bullish, which is appropriate that we're in Manhattan. But yeah, our dream really is to build the Patagonia for the ocean, and we invite all of you to follow us, share our mission. We're just getting started on that journey, and we hope to drive millions in funding for the ocean and connect millions of people to the ocean as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And for those who are here, we have a couple of ocean bottles for the raffle, so stick around for that. Thank you so much, Will. Last but not least, in the Blue Economy Showcase, I'm excited to invite to the stage Benjamin Sorkin, who is CEO of Flux Marine.
All right, good, I guess, evening, everybody. It's crazy how Climate Week flies. So I'm Ben, CEO and founder of Flux Marine. We build electric outboard motors and propulsion technology for boats. A lot of talk goes on about shipping and emissions there, and obviously that's a huge issue. But people often overlook small and medium craft, both recreational and commercial. And just looking at these craft, they release 15 times the amount of oil that the Exxon Valdez did. The annual CO2 equivalent emissions are 1/3 of a gigaton, and boats still don't have catalytic converters. So when you think about the NOx, the SOx, the PM 2.5, the 10 million boats in the US are worse than the 286 million passenger cars on American roads. Terrifying statistic. So how do we fix this? How do we approach this? That's why Flux Marine, our focus has been to develop propulsion systems. The marine industry is different than automotive in that there are thousands of companies that build boats, but only a handful that do propulsion systems. So we developed one product, an outboard propulsion unit and battery pack that can be fitted with thousands of different types of boats and enable massive electrification. How we do it? We enable boat builders to go electric. We partner with them. We have a ground-up technology built outboard that eliminates all the common maintenance and pain points. We have a marinized battery pack that is waterproof and safe, so electricity and water do mix. And then, of course, custom user interface and a lot of modularity, so we're hull agnostic. We've been at this for a long time. We've delivered close to 100 units at this point, have 50 employees in Rhode Island, and encourage everybody to look up Flux Marine and experience an electric boat ride. Thank you, Michelle.